probably at least once a week, somebody asks me, how can I write a great book? Or I've always wanted to write a book, and how can I write a great book about this subject? Or, I've been working on a book, how can I get it published? And how can I be successful publishing a book? And a lot of questions around this sort of in my life. And it's natural for us to seek out people who have been successful at something and to ask them questions. And what are we doing? We're looking for coaching. You see, nobody achieves excellence at anything without coaching. I say it again, nobody achieves excellence at anything without coaching. If I look at my own life and I think about all the people who have helped me in any aspect of my life, it was very rarely was it a formal coaching relationship. It was a conversation or a series of conversations. We were talking about things. I'm working on this, or I'm struggling with this, or how did you do that? Or how did you make that happen? And coaching plays a critical, an absolute essential part in our lives. You think about when a woman has a baby for the first time, what does she do? She asks other mums, what did you do about this? Or what did you do about that? Or maybe she asks her own mum or her own grandma, or, what's going on here? Or how do I, it's just part of the generational experience of humanity, that we pass knowledge along, that we pass wisdom along, that we pass know-how along to other people. And it's essential for excellence. You see people who say, I'm going to do it all on my own. I'm not going to have any teammates, or I'm not going to have any coaches or whatever. And what happens? Mediocrity, they make silly mistakes. They make amateur mistakes that never would have been made if there was any coach around or any experience around. When I had kidney cancer, and I went to see the surgeon. First question I asked the surgeon is, because they wanted to do this new robotic form of surgery. First thing I asked the surgeon was, how many times have you done this? Because guess what? I don't want to be the guy who you're doing it on the first time. I don't want to be that guy. And it turns out he'd done it like 600 or 700 times. Great. There's something about experience. There's something about experience that is very, very valuable and that can help us avoid a lot of suffering in our lives, a lot of pain in our lives, a lot of silly mistakes in our lives. One of the things about the church is basically saying sometimes, don't do these things because I want to save you from incredible suffering. Don't do these things because I want you to avoid these horrible situations that will be painful to you. We, of course, don't see it that way. Coaching is essential to excellence. Whatever you want to be excellent in your life, you need coaching, you need coaches. And, of course, the spiritual life is the same. Who is coaching you spiritually? Okay? And it doesn't mean, I've got to have a spiritual coach. Maybe, if you do or if you can, that's a great thing. But it's hard to find. And it may be that your spiritual coaches do become the saints. It may be that your spiritual coaches do become books. We have to be constantly looking for spiritual coaches because we need them to achieve excellence in the spiritual life. And maybe the first question is are we striving for excellence in the spiritual life? Or are we satisfied with mediocrity? Because as soon as we start striving for excellence, we start looking for spiritual coaches.